I heard that many lanterns in Beijing are yellow. I don't understand. Shouldn't they be red for the new year? Red represents joy. Is there any special meaning to yellow?
哇塞，你学不乔治也全部都是。
Wow, all these are yellow lanterns. There are really no red lanterns. Really no red lanterns. No red lanterns for Chinese New Year. As the Chinese New Year approaches, a time that should be filled with joy, the streets across the country are now adorned with vast expanses of yellow lanterns instead of the traditional red ones. Similar displays have appeared in Beijing, Shandong, and other places, sparking considerable discussion. Some netizens commented bluntly, "It looks like a funeral. Beijing is over. It feels unlucky."
国内多地挂黄灯笼引热议。
The hanging of yellow lanterns in many parts of China has sparked heated debate. Some see it as a symbol of wealth and good fortune, while others find it strange. On February 5th, a merchant posted a video showing yellow lanterns hanging in the streets and alleys of Zhou, Hebei province, wondering what their meaning was. Over 20,000 people participated in the discussion in the comments section. Some felt the yellow lanterns symbolized wealth and good fortune, while others found them odd, and still others claimed they were used for sacrificial purposes. While yellow cannot be ruled out as auspicious, its primary folk use is for sacrificial rites and exorcising evil spirits, such as in Taoist talismans, paper money, and incense. The bloggers stated that Chinese people have always used red during the Lunar New Year, such as in firecrackers, couplets, and New Year paintings. Burning firecrackers on New Year's Eve aims to drive away the mythical beast Nian and pray for a peaceful and bountiful harvest in the coming year. Therefore, respecting tradition is in line with the needs of the general public. Those who deliberately distort tradition are desecrating thousands of years of civilization. I just saw the news that the yellow lanterns on the Jiangshan Bridge in Zhou, Hebei, and Lanzhou are being removed. These lanterns were only hung for 2 days. This year, many cities hung yellow lanterns for the Spring Festival, explaining it as a symbol of nobility, auspiciousness, and solemnity, and that it used to be reserved for royalty. We are all Chinese. Don't try to fool me. I don't think many people will believe this explanation. Currently, the cities with yellow lanterns visible on Douyin are Beijing, Hebei, Shandong, Guangzhou, Xiamen, and Lanzhou. I believe there are many more places that haven't been reported. When the whole city is adorned with bright yellow lanterns, when all the yellow lights of the night illuminate the streets, do you feel a chill run down your spine as you walk down the street? It's as if the air itself is frozen, and even breathing carries a bone-chilling cold. I want to ask, is this what the Chinese New Year is like? The New Year isn't like this. The New Year is the magnificent fireworks we want to see, the deafening sound of fireworks that blast away all bad luck. It's not this desolate street, nor the deathly silence and oppressive atmosphere where even footsteps can be heard, and certainly not the assembly line layout where even laughter feels superfluous. The blogger said that what we look forward to all year is the reunion, the vibrant atmosphere of life. Streets filled with laughter, children excitedly chasing fireworks, and elderly people smiling as they watch the fireworks bloom. But now, everything has been completely changed. Customs have been fragmented, and even the culture ingrained in Chinese bones for generations has been smoothed out. No matter how they change it, people's anticipation for the new year, their yearning for good days, and their love for this land will not disappear. No one can sever their roots. Netizens commented, "Yellow lanterns are indeed strange, not in line with Chinese customs. In our village, yellow lanterns are only hung for the dead, to wish the deceased a safe journey to the underworld. I'm afraid to go out alone at night. It feels ghostly. This atmosphere doesn't feel like the Chinese New Year. It feels like the New Year in the underworld. There's no festive feeling at all." The Chinese word yellow originally refers to a planned event failing, such as the shop went bankrupt. Some netizens said that Beijing also hangs yellow lanterns, foreshadowing Beijing's downfall, the Communist Party's downfall, and Xi Jinping's imperial dream's downfall. According to the sexagenary cycle, 2026 is the year of Bing Wu, known as the Fire Horse Year, traditionally symbolizing a strong fire element. Therefore, it's often considered an eventful year. A 60-year cycle has historically seen Bing Yu years as prone to major upheavals, such as regime changes or wars. Some netizens have analyzed that the hanging of yellow lanterns in various cities is a way for the CCP to avoid the so-called red horse and red sheep calamity, fearing that the excessive fire element in the Bingwu year would trigger unfavorable events. As public opinion intensified on February 7th, Zhuzhou began an emergency overnight removal of the yellow lanterns that had only been hanging for 2 days. Compared to the red lanterns used in previous years, the yellow lanterns were more expensive, yet they were all removed in a short time, resulting in a significant waste of funds and producing no positive effect, resembling a regrettable farce. Latest news indicates that several cities, including Lanzhou in Gansu Province and Xi'an in Shanxi Province, have completed the removal of the yellow lanterns. One netizen commented, "Hanging yellow lanterns really reflects this year's situation. Everything is turning yellow. Now barbershops are closed, food streets are closed, and shopping malls are closed." In previous years, a month or two before the Lunar New Year, businesses and factories would often work overtime to fulfill orders, with production lines running almost non-stop. But this year, the situation is completely different. Due to the continued weakening of the overall economy and a significant decline in market demand, many businesses are suffering, and there has even been a wave of bankruptcies.
现在的生意怎么这么差？我到底做错了什么？
Why is business so bad these days? What did I do wrong? I used to easily sell 800 a day, but now it's plummeted to only 150. My rent and warehouse expenses are $1,400, averaging $50 a day. How am I supposed to earn that $50, not even counting labor costs? My location is supposed to be the best in the market, but what's the use? I'm actually losing money on labor costs every day.
现在其实每天也还是在倒贴人工。
One netizen commented, "My boss opened a frozen food shop. His daily turnover used to be at least $1,500, but this year it's sometimes $70, sometimes $400. He fired me on the 15th of this month, saying he couldn't pay salaries." Another netizen said, "Now people are broke. My family's grocery store, which has been open for over 20 years, has seen a precipitous drop in business this year. Nothing's selling."
实体店难哦，过年还有7天。
Brick and mortar stores are really tough. There are still 7 days until Chinese New Year, and even though we've started working overtime, there's no one here, no business. I don't know why. Where have all the people gone? Before, when there were 7 days until the Chinese New Year, it was impossible to keep up. People were everywhere. Is everyone not wearing new clothes for the Chinese New Year this year? This is so difficult. The owner must be crying his eyes out. He's probably fainting in the bathroom.
平时我都没有怎么注意啊。
I usually don't pay much attention, but today I realized that so many shops on the street have closed down. Like this one, it had an opening event a while ago with a bunch of people dancing outside, and now it's just shop for rent. Then I see that whole row over there is closed, for rent. And this shop is even funnier. I remember this shop started as a barbecue place, then it became a stew shop, then a stir-fry shop. And now it's a farmhouse stewed rooster, and it's a stew restaurant again. It feels like these open shops are changing hands so fast, almost every month. It's terrifying. I even had a membership card at a small barbershop a year ago, and it's already changed names several times. The owner has gone from a young man to an uncle, and then back to a young man.
看一下今年的生意。
Look how difficult business is this year. This township's farmers market is relatively large for my hometown, and the township has a relatively large population. You can see it's 6:50 now. Those who should be setting up stalls have already come out. But look at this farmer's market. How many stalls are still empty, unrented? This shows that business is really difficult this year. Look, aren't there so many stalls empty? This is still a relatively large township. The blogger says that many elderly people rely on selling vegetables to make a living, selling their own farm produce, but after a whole day's hard work, they often don't even earn $3. As a vulnerable group in society, they already lack stable sources of income, sometimes carrying a load of vegetables into the city to sell. They can't even earn enough to cover the round-trip fare. It's that hard.
今天一天的
Today's sales were only $5. I'm really about to collapse. With $1,400 in rent every month, plus labor and utilities, you can imagine how much pressure I'm under. I don't know why, but business has been declining since beginning of this month, and today was the lowest ever, only $5. I'm really devastated. I don't know why business hasn't been as good as I opened the restaurant as it was when I opened dishes from my kitchen to clients. The blogger said she has always used the same materials, maintaining consistent quality and excellent craftsmanship. Every time the supplier delivers, they praise her for using top quality materials, but she can't understand why business is getting worse. Faced with this reality, she feels helpless and doesn't know how much longer the shop can barely survive.
倒闭了，倒闭了。
It's closed down, an investment of $55,000, 180 days, 6 months, and not a penny left. Before getting into the restaurant business, I thought I was a dragon. After getting into it, I realized I'm just a worm. This $55,000 bought me experience, a lesson, and made me face reality. Don't let sunk costs drag you down. Cutting your losses is being responsible to yourself. We're closing tonight and all the employees have left. Tomorrow we'll start packing things again, but this isn't giving up. The road ahead is long. We'll meet again on a different track. 7 days left and this year will be completely over. Business is really tough. In previous years, the shop was packed every day during the Lunar New Year with long queues and so much work that there wasn't even time to eat. But this year it's busy one day and not busy the next. When it's quiet, it's eerily quiet. I've noticed a very strange phenomenon. Even though the Lunar New Year is almost here, the hair salons are actually less busy. Logically, even if consumption is downgraded, people still need haircuts. Many hair salons rely on the month before the Lunar New Year to boost sales and make some money. Why is this happening this year? The blogger says that many people are now shopping online, which has greatly impacted brick-and-mortar businesses, but people still need to go to a physical store for a haircut. Yet, even hair salons are deserted. She asked helplessly, is everyone not planning to celebrate the Lunar New Year? It's not just the hair salons. Many people around here say car washes aren't busy either. Rural markets aren't as bustling as they used to be. There are noticeably fewer shoppers. Everyone is tightening their belts, afraid to spend money casually, even cutting back on small expenses for the Lunar New Year. Life is really tough.
腊月21
On the 21st of the 12th lunar month, selling one means reducing one. I absolutely won't be restocking. Once it's sold out, I'm done and going home for the new year. This is what I spent $300,000 on for a women's clothing store and shoe store. There was no deal done for 3 days. Ladies, how's business lately? I'm almost at my breaking point. Business has been incredibly tough these past few years, but I managed to pull through. I even made $10,000 in sales in May, but then June suddenly stopped. I just calculated and today is the 11th and I've only made less than $1,400 in sales. It's not even enough to cover the rent. Now, only regular customers come by, try on clothes, but don't buy anything. New customers are practically non-existent. The blogger says that in the clothing industry, a single stock costs $30,000, but then there are several days without a single sale. Only those who have experienced it can understand the anxiety. Running a business costs money everywhere, new stock costs money, rent costs money, and employee salaries cost money. After months of hard work, her pockets are still empty. She lamented that the children's summer vacation was approaching and that given the current sales situation, she was barely able to afford the cost of her children's summer extracurricular classes.
眼看呢又要过年了。
The Chinese New Year is almost here, which should be the busiest and most prosperous time of year. But if you look closely, the streets and shopping malls aren't congested, and the pedestrian streets aren't crowded. Many shops are open, but there are hardly any customers there. You can't say there are no people there, but the atmosphere for shopping is gone. You'll find people walking quickly, viewing very little, mostly just passing by rather than buying. Before, restaurants would have long queues, and fruit shops, liquor stores, and gift shops would be incredibly busy. The owners' faces would scream that they'd make a fortune this year. But now, many brick-and-mortar owners privately say, we're still here, but the money's gone. I don't know what's going on this year. It seems like no one is coming home for the Chinese New Year. It's already the 21st of the 12th lunar month, and there's nobody on the streets or in the shops. The braised food business is so bad, really, you can't run it. There's no way to continue doing this. It's the 21st of the 12th lunar month, and still nobody's here. How are we supposed to do business? We're still staying in the restaurant, not going back to our hometown for the Chinese New Year. What's going on? Seriously, I can't even sit still. It's past 3 p.m. now, and look, there's nobody here. There are still 8 or 9 days left in the year. They should be incredibly busy by now. Why is there nobody here? Let me show you outside. Good heavens, look how clean the streets are. Nobody's here. I've been in the clothing business for 21 years, and this year I'm lost. Seriously, have you seen people not wearing clothes for the new year? Not buying clothes?
为什么今年就是大家都卖不动货了呢？
Why is it that everyone's sales are so bad this year? Actually, I posted a video about this a couple of years ago. You see, my stocking clothes are still packed. Yesterday was Saturday and I only sold $50, including the ones on sale earlier, and this $6. Even the down jackets from that store, which I sell for $30 each, didn't sell. People only buy really cheap things these days. Anyway, there is the impact of online factors. It's impossible to say that business will improve in the future.
今年没有囤羽绒服真的特别对。
Not stocking up on down jackets this year was a really good decision. I still have 15 down jackets left in my store. I counted them. This year has been really strange. The last week before the Lunar New Year, with only 1 week left until the holiday, should have been incredibly busy. But this year has been very quiet, like every day is pretty much the same. The expected pre-Lunar New Year peak season hasn't materialized. Even nail salons said there were suddenly no customers this week, and the same goes for department stores. This year has been a really strange phenomenon. I don't know about your market, but is the week leading up to the Lunar New Year busy? That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.